guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hey, welcome. My name is Jelesa, and on this channel we do a bunch of Disney content. Now today I am a little bit tired, guys, because grad school has been kicking my butt, but I felt like doing a video ranking the Disney villains because I'm very much in the Halloween spirit right now. So that's what we're gonna do today. A few rules. We're sticking with the animated versions. So, sorry, Maleficent. And we're sticking with Disney originals, so no Pixar. And we're only sticking with the original film, so no prequels or sequels. Now, to be fair, when I started this list off, I started off with like 29 villains, and then I was like, that's gonna be way too long of a video. So I condemned it down to 10, but then there was 2 villains that I really wanted to add, and so it's 12 now. So yeah. We will be ranking them on a scale from 1 to 10, 10 being pure evil, 1 being not really a villain at all. So to start off with, we're gonna start with the person that I feel is not really evil as much as he is vain, conceited, arrogant. You could probably guess who I'm talking about, Gaston. So yes, he does try to kill the beast, but the beast is literally a beast. He does manipulate the whole town into thinking that the beast is pure evil, but in his defense, the beast wasn't a nice guy to begin with. So for all we know, the only person that has really gotten to know the beast is Belle. So Gaston, if anything, is more annoying than a villain or evil. Yes, he has wicked ways. He can be very manipulative and just a horrible person, but does that really make him evil? To me, I would rate him a 5. Let me know down in the comments what you guys would give him. Next, we have Hook, who is also a villain that I don't think is really a villain. Like, honestly, Peter Pan cuts off his hand and feeds it to a crocodile. Like, would you be mad if somebody cut off your hand? He is more vengeful than a villain. I give Hook a 7 because he does do some kidnapping and he does do a lot of bad things, but his main motive, you can pretty much understand. Next, we're gonna talk about Hades. And honestly, I don't really like how Disney did Hades because in the actual Greek mythology, for those of you who don't know, I am also a Greek mythology fan. Like, the story of Hercules had nothing to do with Hades. Like, they made Hades the villain in this movie. So maybe I'm just biased on that, but who knows. But if we're sticking with the Disney movie, he does do some janky stuff. I mean, understandably so. He just wants to be in the area where the rest of his family is. Basically, he wants to be on Mount Olympus chilling with his brothers instead of in the underworld dealing with the dead. So it's kind of understandable too. But trying to kill a baby, you're just taking it a little too far. It's a little too much. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Hades an 8. Next up, we have Carella De Ville. And to me, Carella was one of the scariest villains because she's trying to kill puppies, and I'm a dog lover, so like that just hurt my heart. But as I grew older, I'm like, well, there are people that kill animals just to wear them, just to wear their fur. It's weird. Like, you could really see Carella being a person because there are people like her, maybe not as insane or as cruel and vicious, but there are people that kill animals for fur. So, but I'm still giving her an 8 because she's just a little cuckoo. All right, next let's talk about the evil sea witch, Ursula. And honestly, Ursula saw a way to get what she wanted and took it. It's it's really the characters being so naive and trying to get what they want that they don't see the danger that they are crossing. And then the villains seeing an opportunity to get what they want by using that person. So either way, it's just a bad situation, but you just gotta be smarter than to let that actually happen to you. So she's still bad, she's still evil, but I can really see a lot of you kind of brought this on yourself too, because you literally signed the contract. That's another thing that I really don't like about the Little Mermaid. If she can read and write, why didn't she just write Eric a note? Ursula took your voice, she didn't take your writing skills. You literally signed a contract. You wrote your name pretty. It was all in cursive and nicely written. You have nicer handwriting than me, so. But anyways, I digress. I'm gonna give Ursula a 9. Next is one of my favorite villains, Dr. Facilier. So Dr. Facilier again is one of those villains that sees his opportunity to get what he wants through somebody else being naive. So he's trying to gain control, get money, get control of New Orleans. But to me, what takes it to a next level is when he literally offers his friends on the other side all the souls of New Orleans. Everybody's soul. That's just messed up, bro. But I do love Dr. Facilier. I love his style, his mannerism. Just something about him is just so charming. He's not attractive, but it's charming. So I give Dr. Facilier a 9. Now we're getting into the creepy guys. Judge Furlow, whatever. Dude, the creep. Full blown out creep. Thinking about him makes my skin kind of crawl. It's just when he's singing about his lust and desire for Esmeralda, it's just what? You were mean and creepy before, but now you're just oh, no. He gets a 10, straight up 10, just no. Next we have Jafar, he's just power hungry. Why are you so power hungry? But he's not as evil as some of these other villains on our list. So I feel like he should fall between an 8 and a 9. So I'm gonna go with an 8.5. So this next one is probably my least favorite villain of all time, just because I'm not really a fan of the movie that she's in, and her character just doesn't make any sense to me. There's no type of motive. She's not power hungry. She's just angry all the time and just has a temper for no reason. We're talking about the Queen of Hearts. She's just off with her head with everybody. It could be the slightest little thing and she's for what though? Why are you so mad? She gets a 10 because there's no logical explanation for her anger. Next we have the Evil Queen, and she does actually have a name, but I forgot it, so it'll be somewhere on the screen. Now is just petty. You killing somebody because they're prettier than you. What I don't understand is she's magical. So why can't she just make a potion that makes her prettier? Snow White wouldn't care. She wouldn't care. Instead, you go out of your way to make a potion that makes you uglier to try to kill her. You just taking too many steps, honey. You need to chill. She gets a 10 because she's just crazy. Next we have probably a lot of you guys' favorite, Maleficent. And honestly, I didn't really like Maleficent until the actual movie came out. In the animated version, you don't really get a good grasp of why she's so angry and why she's trying to kill a baby. Her rage is just because she didn't get invited to a party. She reminds me of that person that would be I want to be invited, but I'm not gonna show up anyways, but because you didn't invite me, I'm mad. If baby, you don't take your green self somewhere and sit down. She gets a 10 because that's just pure evil. Just because you didn't invite it does not give you a right to go curse a baby. And finally, my all-time favorite villain, Scar. I just like his persona, his demeanor, his style. But he does kill his brother and then convinces his nephew that it was his fault and then tries to kill his nephew. It is just wrong on so many levels. What I personally don't understand is that you want to be the leader of Pride Rock so bad, but you're doing the exact same things that you would have been doing if you didn't become the leader, just to lay around and do nothing like you were doing before. It don't make no sense. So he gets a 10, but he's still my favorite villain. Alright guys, that is all I have for you guys today. Be sure to come back in next week. We will have some unboxings to do. Go ahead and leave a comment down below of who you thought should have been on this list, who you agreed with and who you didn't agree with. Let me hear your thoughts. Let's have a conversation about it. Go ahead and also like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.